Surrenders to Brussels. Agreed. Britain obeys all EU laws. No control of fisheries. And open borders till 2020. Wow. This is not what people voted for, guys. This is insane. It really is. This just goes to show how much they didn't want it to happen. But let's jump into the article. The European Union chief Brexit negotiator, Michael Barnier, made the announcement in a joint press conference with Britain's David Doris in Brussels, where the pair presented what introduced a legal text which constitutes a decisive step towards a final agreement, revealing the enormous extent to which Theresa May's government has sold out Brexit voting British public. Barron and Davis poked on a number of key political areas, including immigration, British control over British laws, and regarding control over British fishery waters. Speaking first at the meeting with journalists, French politician Barron said Britain had agreed to continue following all Brussels laws for years after the official Brexit date of March 2019 under the guise of transitioning period, but would not be able to challenge or make decisions on that law itself. Really? Wow. Sugarcoating the fact that Britain won't be free from the yoke of the EU legislation for years to come, Barnon said the United Kingdom will no longer participate in EU decision-making process because after the 30th of March 2019, you will no longer be member state. Yet you still want them to follow your rules. This is insane. This is a 4-year-old kid can negotiate better than this. Nevertheless, it will preserve all benefits and advantages of single market, the custom union, and the European politics, and will therefore be required to respect all European rules just like member states do. So you literally have to abide all their rules, but you don't get a say in any matter. This is insane. This is ridiculous. It really is. What the hell are they doing? Bernie also made clear that Britain wouldn't have any control over immigration during the transition period either. There's a shock for you. So basically they're trying to buy their time. They're going to flood the UK with immigrants, hoping that they will be able to turn this Brexit deal around. That's what they want. With all European Union citizens coming to the United Kingdom through the period until 2020 would have full rights forever. So they're going to flood the UK with immigrants until 2020. And that's what they're just going to do. Just focus on there. And then once they're in there, they have full rights forever. This is insane. What kind of deal is this? Under what he called a new resident status, saying this would give those citizens legal certainty. The UK, the politicians of the UK have sold out. They really have sold out their people. The politicians over there have literally tucked it between their legs and are learning to cluck like a bunch of chickens. Yet the whole deal will stand or fall on answering the question over the European British border between the Republic of Ireland and Ulster, I might be mispronouncing, which has been influenced to a matter of utmost importance, particularly by those who would see Britain remain locked into the European Union. Just days after British Brexit leader Jacob Rees-Mogg warned that the EU was losing Ulster to keep the UK in the single market, keeping Britain's westernmost region in the custom union. Davis, who formerly tough on pro-Brexit stance, seemed to have been worn down during his time negotiating in Brussels to a point where he agreed today's news of another massive capitulation as good news, spoke next and dropped the Fisheries bombshell, admitting that not only would Brexit not take back control of its fisheries, but the portion of the fish that the UK fishermen are allowed to catch from their own waters under EU laws wouldn't change through the transition. Wow. Paradoxically, Davis praised the capitulation as protecting the interests of the United Kingdom's fishery community. What a clock. Okay guys, so at the end of the day, what's my takeaway on all this? This is insane. This is absolutely insane. People voted for Brexit. They're not getting it. What they're getting is the equivalent of a naughty child being disciplined by a parent, getting told to go and sit at a kid's table while they still have to obey the rules of the parents. You have no rights over your open borders until 2022. You have no controls over your fisheries. And you have to obey all EU laws, which is obviously to do with censorship, hate speech laws, etc., etc., etc. This is not what people wanted. People wanted Brexit, okay? This isn't Brexit. This is still in the EU, but maybe leaving it in a few years, and that's what I think their plan is. Over the next 4 to 6 years, they're going to flood the UK with immigrants. And then, hopefully when it gets closer to the date, I really do think that they're going to try to go through and try and rewrite this or bypass this law. Flood it with people that will support open borders and whatnot. And then, by the time that comes up, they can then go through and try and get Britain back into the EU. That's all this is. This is a, by the time... cross your fingers, hope we can flood it with enough migrants to change this vote. Or hopefully the new generation coming through is against Brexit, supports the EU, and they'll be able to override it that way. This is just simply them buying their time. Whoever negotiated this is a failure. Whoever signed up on this deal is a failure. This is not a deal for Britain. This is a deal for EU. And if I was English and I'm living in the UK, I would be organising riots right now. I'm not suggesting that, okay? But I'm saying I would be rioting probably. This is pathetic. This is an absolute disgrace. And at the end of the day, someone needs their ass kicked for this. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Am I being too hard on them? And do you think this is a good deal? Do you think this is a bad deal? Why do you think that? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.